is because of that breaker.
Well, I'm a bit surprised. In his survey, he said if he could beat one person in baseball, he'd want to meet Chip Caray. Not exactly shooting for the stars on that one, Bradley. Let me just say, you know, there are a lot of better choices, and I say that because he's my father. There are certainly some people that you could pick. Here's what you're in for in this situation. He's going to tell you, all right, make sure the laundry's folded. Make sure the air conditioning is set no higher than 73.
I hate the air conditioning being set so high. I don't understand that.
Too much. It's especially in the South in the summer.
Come on.
But Bradley says his dream is to be an MLB broadcaster. I think he's got a chance if he keeps playing the way that he is to be an analyst, which means he's played in the league.
That's right.
And then ends up in the booth, which is what everybody wants to do.
That's the dream job, right? Well, Chip Caray, an absolute legend. Called a lot of my games when I played for Atlanta, and I've actually worked with him since, so it's been fun. I've worked with pretty much a lot of the Carays now. I've worked with your dad and you, and I've worked near your brother. Not with him.
That breaking ball just snaps back into the zone 1-2. Where am I in the clubhouse? Am I the leader in the clubhouse?
You're at the top of the list right now.
I love it. This is fantastic. See, Alvarez thinks a little bit bigger. His celebrity he'd like to meet is Jimmy Fallon. People are really intrigued by the media personalities. Fallon's probably a little bit funnier than my dad.
I don't know. Your dad's he's got a lot of quips.
And perfectly coiffed hair, if we're going with QU
the Carays
words.
all have that, that's for sure.
Outside corner, another strikeout for Runyon. Well, that'll make Chip proud, his 4th strikeout of the game. Gets the leadoff hitter in the 4th.
Another one of those breakers. And he's thrown a lot of this to the right-handed batters right on the edge of the plate away. He's been able to spot that breaking ball where they can't do a lot of damage with it, which is one of the reasons it's been so effective.
So 1 away, and Carlos Alvarez Jr. duck out of the way of a fastball up and in. That was chin music. Alvarez has a superstition. He puts his right sock on before any other article of clothing. Ground ball left side, deep in the hole and short. Garrett can't get it. It's into left. It's going to be a tough play with the speedy runner Alvarez moving up the first base line. But a 1-out base runner sets up Texas.
Well, at a completely nasty hop, too. Trip Garrett almost got his head taken off with this one. It's going to be a hit. And a good job to get down the line by Alvarez. That was going to, like you said, probably not going to be an out at first base either way, but good thing that Trip Garrett was able to move his head at the last second, because that would not have felt good.
This is the part of the order that Runyon has struggled with. Alvarez is off with the first pitch. Throw down to second is going to bounce up and into center field. Good backup by Garrett, the shortstop, to keep that from getting to Blackwell in center. Throw was on target and probably on time, but took a high hop over the second baseman's glove.
Yeah, it took a real high hop. Tough pick by the second baseman right there. No chance. Good backup by Trip Garrett. And it looks like the Southwest is going to start to force some issues, right? They've got this speed. Might as well make the defense work to get you out. And that's a stolen base for Alvarez.
Corner infielders pinch in. Runyon will miss low with a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Fly ball pretty well hit to left. Livingston drifts back, camps underneath. Runner's gonna tag. Alvarez into third. The throw is dropped by Whitman. So an aggressive tag by Alvarez from second moves him into third with 2 outs.
Well, I thought it was so ill-advised to try to make this tag and advance to third base, and he was out by a mile. Unfortunately, Whitman unable to handle the throw, and because of that, here we're going to get a great look at this. He's just unable to handle that throw. He looks at, he just wanted to put the tag on before the ball got to him, and because of that, he misses it. And Southwest still in business here.
In defense of some of these players, we've seen some bad hops. That's a product of the infield getting wet the way that it did last night. Changeup by Runyon gets a swing and miss. 0-2. It's been a treat to call this game. The 0-2 pitch, up and in.
Potentially a purpose pitch, right? A little top up and in, and then now all of a sudden you might go down and away with that breaking pitch that Runyon has been having such good control with.
And he did. Too far outside. Favorite celebrities, Will Smith, who is a legend. Vieira trying to have a legendary moment himself. Getting Texas on the board is his only objective. Two-two. Hit to left. Livingston on the run and makes the play again. Runyon, for 3 straight innings, has had runners in scoring position. He's yet to allow a run through 4. We're on to the 5th from Easley to lead 4-0. And the story's been great pitching on both sides.
It really has, yeah. Early runs for Easley before Vieira, the pitcher for Southwest, could get settled in. And ever since the first 2 innings, it's been a lot of goose eggs on the scoreboard. Some really good pitching by both sides.
Angel Vargas, who drove home a pair in the second with an opposite field single, leads things off. It's quickly ahead in the count, 2-0. Angel is a competitive esports player. Gordon, do you dabble in video gaming?
I used to when I had time.
Ground ball to short. Nice play by Elizondo. His throw is high and off the bag. And Vargas is clutching his right hamstring.
Never a good sign. Running hard down the line, made it hard for Elizondo to make the play. Did a pretty good job to catch the ball, but getting it over there, he had to rush because Vargas is running so hard. He doesn't feel good.
You do have the luxury of a special pinch runner in this level. Normally in the more advanced stages of baseball, once you remove a runner from the game, they're out of the game completely. With a special pinch runner, they can remain in the game. Looks like they're finally making that decision. George Turman, the manager of this squad, will have his pick of who's going to come off the bench. Vargas has had a heck of a day. Great catch in right, has reached base all 3 times. He's been up. 1 via a walk, 1 via a hit that drove home 2 runs. And then an error on the shortstop, Elizondo.
Now back to catcher, William Addison.
So Sawyer Loose is the pinch runner at first. How important is it for Easley to add on here? Up by 4 runs in the 5th inning.
Yeah, I think it's super important because they put up those runs early. They are clear control of this game, but Southwest has had some momentum the last few innings, and if you keep them around long enough, they're going to punch one across the line as this ball's hammered foul. Pretty good feat by the pitcher Vieira, and a close play at first.
Wasn't even that big of a lead by Luce, and Vieira made it close. 1-2. William Addison, one of the returners from last year's team, found out something pretty interesting about him. His favorite book, The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. Ground ball hit right back to the mound. Vieira goes to second, and he's going to have to apply a tag at short. Elizondo was pulled off the bag. So a very heads-up play by the shortstop to tag Luce instead of throwing over to first.
And Vieira's not going to like this because it hit right off his leg. It definitely hurt him. Doesn't make the best throw, so a smart play by Zapata to make sure he applies the tag onto the pinch runner and gets an out. That's what you want. You're not always going to get two when on a potential double play, so if you're able to get that one out, especially the lead runner, that's a big win at this level.
But I want to unpack that a little bit about William Addison, The Notebook.
Yeah, he's a tender soul.
Sensitive young man. Look, everybody needs love. I think that's, in our world, really important.
So have you read the book?
I haven't.
Have you watched the film?
I have. It was a real tearjerker.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. High breaking ball, foul tipped into the glove of Vargas, and two are dispatched in the top of the fifth inning.
You got to like the way that Vieira is going at it. Just gets a ball off of his shin. Can't be feeling good, and still finds a way to strike the four-hole hitter Whitman out.
Much like in The Notebook, Robertson was trying to find the one, and that one wasn't it.
He's second baseman Logan Jensen.
Johnson grounded into a fielder's choice play and grounded out to second. Now he rips one into left over Carrizales' glove for a two-out single. Good piece of hitting there by the 14-year-old. Puts another runner in scoring position for Easley.
Easley definitely has an opportunity right here, like we were talking about earlier, to extend this lead, and if you do, it would be very tough for the Southwest the way that the defense and the pitching has been so far today for Easley to come back. But there is a pitch count for Runyon, right? At some point he's going to have to leave the ball game.
Take a peek at Vieira's pitch count. He's already at the 85 pitch mark. 86, well outside. Really important for Texas to keep this at a 4-run game. They've shown some flashes of coming back the last few innings. Haven't been able to scratch one across. Ground ball to first. It stays low. Ramirez stays with it, and he wins the race to the bag. So Vieira, 3 consecutive scoreless innings. He's keeping his team in it. It's up to the offense now, down by 4. This is going to be the 2026 Senior League Baseball World Series champion. Well, that remains to be seen. We're going to find out over the course of the week who makes it to the U.S. and international finals with the finale on Saturday. Gordon, we're having some fun here on a cloudy morning in Easley, South Carolina, where the host team leads Texas 4-0, and they're rolling Bradley Runyon out for a 5th inning of work as the top of the order looms.
Yeah, he's been good. I think that you keep him in as long as you can, right? Obviously, if he goes over that 75 pitch mark, he's going to be burned for 4 days. So there's a good chance you might see him get pulled right before that, especially if he can have a quick inning.
A swing and a miss from Alejandro Labra. He has 2 flyouts, 1 to right, 1 to center. Runyon has kept this Texas team in check. Just 3 hits. Worked out of a bases loaded jam in the second. This is pulled down the line and fair. Labra will take a big turnaround first and slam on the brakes. The throw goes into right. Labra's running to second. He's safe. So what probably could have been a double with the throw coming in the way that it was, looks like it's going to be a single and an E7.
Yeah, pretty good job by Livingston to get to that ball. You thought it might be a double off the bat, but then he did such a good job of getting to it and throwing it in. The only problem is he airmails the second baseman, and because of that, gives Labra an opportunity to get to that second base. Southwest continuing to have that momentum, getting some runners on against Runyon.
They're going to play small ball. Zapata shows bunt. He pushes it back toward us, 0-1. I'm a big fan of laying down bunts and playing small ball, but you're down by 4. Runyon's pitch count elevated. I think the main objective has to be getting him out of this game.
Getting him out of the game and also getting base runners. So if he thinks that he can bunt his way on, then that's a positive, and they're going to continue going. But to your point, they're giving away outs.
And they're going to say the runner's safe at first. Hughes put his foot on the wrong bag.
I'm not sure. They're probably going to take a look at this one because it sure looked like I thought that they were going to tag. I thought Hughes was going to tag the base runner, but he turns and throws it, and I mean, he steps on the bag. There's a big bag. It's white and orange, and he doesn't miss it. So I got to imagine they're going to take a look at this.
Regardless, it'll be a successful sacrifice if this is challenged and then overturned, which from that angle looks like it will be. But
the question is, if he tags the orange bag, is that considered the white bag at this level? Like, is any bag considered first base?
Well, I know for the runners, the base runners, you have to run through the orange bag. So I believe that the orange bag is reserved specifically for the runners.
It sure looks like he tags the white part of that bag right there. So
that
even if it is color-coded, it does seem like he hits the bag. I don't know what the delay is, but I think you should challenge the coach for Easley.
And it looks like they will challenge and go to a replay review. We're going to get some more looks at this play. Again, I agree with you, Gordon. I'm surprised Hughes just didn't tag the runner.
Yeah, the runner right here, when Hughes gets the ball, just go tag the runner. That way, anytime you have an opportunity to tag a runner and not have to throw the ball and assume a catch and a tag of the bag, that's exactly how you want to do that. That's the easy way to get it out and know that you're not going to mess that up. Obviously, at this level, there's things that can happen, but if Hughes is able to just go over and tag him, it's a much easier out, and we're not in this position where he was called safe at first. Now we're going to go to replay and see if that is overturned, as we think it will be, because he clearly tags a portion of that first base bag.
I wonder if part of the rule is if any part of his foot touches the orange bag, if the runner's automatically safe, because There's that clear lane that the runner gets. That's the whole reason for having the orange bag at first, to avoid collisions. But it appeared that Johnson, the second baseman, got his foot down on the white. Either way, a very productive plate appearance for Fernando Zapata Jr. You get one run back, you still have 2 more outs to play with in the inning, and then 6 more outs on offense in the game. And the runner's safe. Must have gotten more of that orange bag than the white one.
Now batting for the Southwest Region team, pinch hitter, number 3, Diego Martinez.
So runners are on the corners with nobody out, and Texas catches a break. If Noah Hughes applies that tag on Zapata Jr., it's just a sacrifice. We have a pinch hitter coming in. Runner going. Throw is not going to be thrown to second. Diego Martinez, who's a special pinch runner just a few innings ago, is now pinch hitting. So 2 in scoring position. Ground ball left side. Diving play. Garrett has no play to first. An RBI single for the pinch hitter, Diego Martinez.
Well, we talked about leaving Southwest in this game and not extending that lead if you are Easley. And it is starting to unwind a little bit for Easley right here. 1 run is in and smacked by the pinch hitter. A wonderful job by him, and it's still 1st and 3rd. Nobody is out. And 1 run is in.
Interesting to see on that play. Whitman was ready to be the cutoff man from left because it was in the hole at short. But Garrett might have had a play ahead of the runner at 3rd if Whitman was covering. And once again, Texas off and running. Martinez in safely, the 2nd stolen base of the inning. And 2 are in scoring position for the big power hitter, Cesar Ramirez. He's struck out twice today. Can feel the energy shifting. .72 pitches for Runyon and climbing. He's worked out of jams in each of the last 3 innings. Texas has finally pushed one across in the 5th. Fly ball hit to center. Blackwell gathers, catches, the throw comes home. It's on the money, but bobbled by the catcher Addison, he's safe.
A really strong throw by Blackwell in center field, but unable to handle the relay was Addison. Nice job to get the ball up in the air to center, but watch this throw. I mean, an absolute hose. And it skips off that ground with that wet ground. It just skips and didn't really bounce up at all. I think Addison expected a little bit of a bounce and didn't get it. And it is 2-4. South Carolina still in the lead, but Texas is really storming back, and it looks like they're going to have a conversation with Runyon or potentially make a change.
George Turman is working his way over to the home plate umpire. Here's your pitching eligibility. So already Runyon is sitting in the mid-70s. He'll have at least 3 days of rest. 73 pitches for Runyon. you could pull him from the game and save that extra day of rest. However, with a 2-run lead and a runner in scoring position and only 1 out, who do you trust more than the guy you wanted to take the ball in the first game?
Yeah, it's a tough decision, right? I think that if you're going to go deep into this championship, you're going to have him pitch again. So in my mind, he's got a lot of pitches. He's starting to lose a little bit of that zip on his pitches, and so maybe take him out and see if somebody with some fresh life can get in there. You're going to put him at shortstop. He's still going to be in the game.
That might be the exact conversation that George Turman's having, is asking how many pitches Runyon has thrown. Because this is an important strategic decision for him. He knows that this is their X factor on this team. Looks like they're going to stick with Runyon.
I think they were probably getting confirmation that Runyon can start this batter at 73 and it's still considered underneath that threshold. That's my guess.
So Rodrigo Elizondo, who's flown out a pair of times, has a runner in scoring position with just 1 out. There's a huge lead off second for Eric Gonzalez. Excuse me, it's Diego Martinez. The 0-1's in for a strike. Texas has already cut the lead in half and looking for more. So Runyon now at 76 pitches. Will have 4 days of rest between now and his next appearance. That has to mean he's probably going to try to go the distance in this game. Oh, 0-2. Hit down the right field line. Loose moving to it, but it'll go out of play. So Angel Vargas has been removed from the game. We knew that they brought in a pinch runner, didn't know if he would return defensively. So hope he's okay. Runyon's 0-2. Popped up, but back toward the press box. Elizondo's favorite celebrity is Tony Stark.
Incredible.
Didn't realize we were including celebrities of the fictional variety, but pretty good role model.
Pretty good guy to emulate, Tony Stark. He's got some cool gear he puts on every once in a while.
Elizondo trying to be an Iron Man, fighting off pitches and looking for one to bring the game closer. Puts it on the ground, left side, diving play, throw to first is low and late. Speed has been a killer for Texas. They've gotten on base and wreaked havoc against Easley here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, it definitely fooled Elizondo, did that pitch from Runyon, but either way, it's going to be a base hit. Really nice play by the third baseman, Whitman, but unable to make the throw in time, and it's first and third. Tying run on first base, only 1 out.
Runner going, no throw to second, and again, Texas steals a base. Third stolen base of the inning. Ground ball pretty much anywhere gets you a run. It's 0-2. Texas has waited for their moment. Had plenty of chances, but Runyon has kept them in check. Base hit might mean a tie game. Outside corner, called strike 3. Runyon dials up a fastball on the outer edge at a perfect time and retires Carrizales for the second out.
Carrizales thought it was off the plate. He might have a little bit of a gripe, but that ball was thrown right where the mitt was for Addison, and it's out number 2 here, a huge out. Tying run on second base, 2 outs.
On the ground to second, high hop handled by Johnson. His throw to first is in time. The dirt wasn't an issue for the Easley second baseman. Runyon gives up 2 and only 2, but we've got a ball game heading into the 6th. Great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. Well, we've got a ball game here. 4-2 your score. Texas pushed across a pair of runs in what was a laborious inning for Bradley Runyon. Probably left a little bit of meat on the bone too. We got some confirmation on one of the most important plays of this game. That bunt that ended up resulting in a throwing error by the first baseman. Johnson, the second baseman, covered for Easley, and the rule is you cannot use the orange bag on defense. That is reserved exclusively for the base runner.
Unless it's a drop third strike, where the first baseman can move to that bag for safety purposes.
3 balls and no strikes. Pitch number 91 from Vieira is in there to get back in the count. Now full count. Have to think this will be the last batter that Vieira faces. 95 pitch maximum at this level. 3-2. He got him. Strike 3. Good breaking ball, and Hughes is retired.
Well, I believe he's able to start this batter, right, because it's underneath the 95 pitch mark. So he now has 1 more batter to go, unless this ends in a 1 pitch out or 1 pitch at bat. He'll still be in there.
Left it high to Trip Garrett. So this will be the last batter that he faces. Garrett is 1 for 1. Single, run scored, laid down a sacrifice bunt. Texas very much in this game. Soon we'll see Runyon in the 6th. He'll have 8, 9, and 1 due up with at least a 2-run lead. 2-1 is fouled out of play. Last year, Easley went 5-2 in the Senior League World Series. United States champions fell by just a run to Puerto Rico, who were a juggernaut of a team.
They were. They had a lot of talent last year. Both teams did. Looked like Easley had it the whole way. They were in command of that last game, and it fell apart late.
3-2 popped up in foul ground. Ramirez drifts over, bangs into the fencing, and makes the catch.
What a play right here by Ramirez. He's fine, but a difficult play. Over his shoulder, reaches out and catches it, and then big time collision into that fencing. And that's going to do it for Vieira, who is now over that 95 pitch mark. He has been excellent got into some trouble early in the game, but ever since he's been great. We're going to take a look at his day-to-day, and it was fantastic.
99 pitches, 62 of them for strikes, and here's what it looked like for him today.
A lot of breaking pitches for him. It was leaning on that slider curveball mix, and he just kept throwing it. He was not afraid to go away from it the whole game and has done his job for this Southwest team.
So Texas will make a change, down by 2 with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. We'll be back on. Welcome back, where Easley leads Texas 4-2. Eric Gonzalez, the southpaw, will check in with nobody on and 2 out in the top of the 6th. Great work by Javier Vieira. He moves to short. And Rodrigo Elizondo moves from short to right field to replace Eric Gonzalez, who was in right prior to coming in relief here. So the first pitch is well outside to Kealan Blackwell. He squared around a bunt. Texas has all the momentum. Blackwell will push the bunt down the first base side into the netting, 1-1. One of the things that George Turman talked about with this team that made it so difficult to pick 16 players is there's so much size and speed in their tryouts and figuring out who was going to make this senior league roster. And we've seen that on display a little bit here. Both teams have been willing to run. Easley definitely has the size advantage in this game. Texas has stormed halfway back. The 3-1 pitch. Straightens it out, gets a strike. The payoff from Gonzalez. Tipped in and out of Vargas's glove. You have to think, Gordon, you bring a lefty in against a righty to get that out. Maybe they're not bringing him in to face Blackwell, but more concerned about the man on deck. And it's in the dirt.
Well, if they were more concerned about him, they're going to get an opportunity. What a time it would be for Easley to go back and potentially split a gap here by Runyon. You all of a sudden, Brian Hayes, very fast. Kealan Blackwell, excuse me, very fast. And if you split a gap, all of a sudden that's another run for Easley, and they're kind of back in the driver's seat, heading to the bottom of the 6th.
See how Gonzalez attacks the lefty. Runyon shows bunt and pushes it straight back.
Well, he saw the third baseman playing well towards the shortstop, where the shortstop generally plays, and so Runyon, he's playing the game, but if I'm Coach Turman, I want Runyon to swing the bat right here and hopefully knock in a run.
0-1 runner going. And that got a piece of Runyon on the way. So Runyon reaches.
The pitch from Gonzalez just nicks the edge of Runyon's jersey, and looks like they're potentially going to make another change.
So here's the situation. Easley has runners first and second. Sawyer Luce, who came in as a pinch runner for Angel Vargas after he came up hobbling in the 5th, will hit against Eric Gonzalez. Two on, two out. Easley
Now batting for South Carolina,
looking to add on
right fielder,
in the 6th.
SLBWS.
First pitch is a strike. Look at it, Gonzalez. His momentum almost carries him toward Easley's dugout. Does that affect his command?
Well, he also is on the, if as we're looking at it, he's on the left side, but if as the center field camera, he's on the far right edge of that rubber, and that's trying to create that angle into a lefty. Excuse me, into a righty. But I think to your point, he's having a hard time commanding the ball, and when he misses it, it's out and left, so maybe he's trying to counteract that by being on the left side of the rubber. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to command that outside pitch.
Hasn't gotten on top of his fastball either. 3-1. This favorite movie, is Moneyball. Now the bases are loaded, and William Addison's coming up. So this might be where Daniel Becerra makes a change. Looks like it is. So they're going to have their third pitcher of the inning. He's trying to keep this at a 2-run game, and I can't blame him the way that Texas has come out. So we'll step aside as Texas makes a big decision, down by 2 with the bases loaded. And Topps Trading Cards, whose support helps create meaningful experiences for communities, volunteers, and young athletes all season. Little League also thanks its dedicated volunteers who make a lasting impact on millions of children worldwide. We got to see those volunteers on display last night, pulling the tarp, putting on the quick dry, and making this field playable, so they deserve a ton of credit for allowing the field to be in a good enough condition to even think about playing this game at 9 a.m.
It looks great. They did a wonderful job, and it rained quite a bit last night. We got quite a show for the Lightning.
There's a strike. 2 balls and a strike to William Addison. Rodrigo Elizondo is the new pitcher after Gonzalez failed to record an out. Big rip. Couldn't quite connect. This might be the biggest pitch of the game. Two. Hit in the air to center. Labra coming on. He's there. He puts it away. And Texas did the tightrope walk, but they didn't fall off of it. 4-2. Chance to tie it up when we come back.
Your time.
I mean, 1999. I'm a,
What are you?
26.
I
don't know what generation I fall into. But 8, 9, and 1 are due up for Texas against Bradley Runyon, who's rapidly approaching that pitch count. Down the line, a fair ball. Vargas will settle with a single as Livingston gets to it quickly, and now the tying run comes to the plate. So Runyon, through the first 4 innings, gave up 3 hits. Gave up 3 hits in the 5th, and now has given up another in the 6th. Javier Vieira, 0 for 2. He's hit the ball to left twice. Show bunt. 0-1. Now in this analytical age of baseball, teaching hitters get underneath the baseball, hit for power. That's how you're going to make money. in this game. On a morning like today, you have to think that getting on top of the baseball and forcing the defense to make plays might be a better tactic.
Yeah, I think that it's always a good tactic. Trying to swing up on a baseball makes sense if you're in the big leagues, right? If you have that kind of talent. It doesn't make sense at this age. A lot of times kids will have the wrong impression of what it means to be swinging up at the ball. The only reason you would swing up at the ball is if you're in a great position to do so at foot down. So for me, it's more about the positioning of the hitter.
Vieira flies one to center. The sure-handed Kealan Blackwell makes the play for the first out. So he couldn't get the bunt down on the first 2 pitches, and a fly out is a good outcome for Runyon and Easley. But this top of the order has been difficult to navigate. Labra's hit the ball hard 3 times, had a single last inning, one of the 2 runs that scored. Runyon's 6 pitches away from being pulled from this game. Ball and no strikes. Reading about Alejandro Labra, he said his favorite flavor of Gatorade is the lime cucumber flavor. Have you ever partaken?
I've never even heard of lime cucumber.
It's refreshing. It's like, have you ever had
heard of
cucumber
lime.
water?
Yes, I've heard of cucumber water.
Well, I'm saying, have you ever tasted cucumber water?
Yes, when you go to spa days, that's what they have generally as
Yes.
water.
Shows bunt. It's going to go foul.
You've never had a spa day because your body's never hurt.
It never hurt. Never. I haven't strained a day in my life.
You probably deserved a spa day after that legendary Little League outing you had.
I don't know if they have a spa day for the vocal cords, but wasn't exactly straining them after calling ball 4 19 times. Quite a different game here today than the one we watched yesterday. 1-2 pitch. Popped up. In foul ground. Hughes finds it and puts it away for the second out. Texas all of a sudden running out of opportunities.
And that's also a huge out because now he's got 2 outs. Does Runyon here in the bottom of the 6th. He's below that 95 pitch threshold, so he can go at this second hole hitter Zapata and know that he's got the hole hitter to deal with.
Zapata's reached base twice. He had one of the bigger plays of the game. Laid down a bunt with a runner on second. Hughes threw it to first with the covering Johnson, Easley second baseman, who put his foot on the orange bag and not the white, which allowed the runner to reach safely. Runyon's 0-1. Slider gets the outer edge. So he's 1 pitch away from reaching the 95 pitch mark, maybe 1 pitch away from getting out of the 6th unscathed. 0-2. Zapata will see another. High and outside. Laredo, Texas, looking to be the first ever champions of the Senior League World Series from West Texas. They've had 3 East Texas champions. All have come from Houston. And a swing and a miss. Ends the morning for Bradley Runyon. He blanks Texas in the 6th. We're on to the 7th, where Easley looks to add on
up for South Carolina District 1. 97 pitches for number 21, Bradley Runyon.
Okay.
Loved what he had on the mound today. A very good breaking ball, and he showed a very nice fastball. He'd mix in a changeup every now and then, but it was the slider fastball combination that really did the job for him and Easley, and that's why they take a 2-run lead into the top of the 7th. They've got to get 3 more outs in the bottom of this inning, but a really nice start to the tournament for Bradley Runyon and the pitching staff for Easley. We'll see who they bring in the bottom of the 7th.
4, 5, and 6 due up. Landon Robertson is 0 for 3. One thing I think is so interesting about where this Texas team comes from in Laredo is it's right by the Mexican border, so most of the kids on this team, if not all of them, are bilingual, or Spanish is their primary language. There is a Mexican baseball league team, I don't know if you knew this, Gordon, that plays south of the border. Los Tecolotes de los Dos Laredos, that play in a stadium in Mexico for 1 or 2 games a series, and then the other game plays across the border in the United States in Laredo, Texas. This is hit in the air to center.
Wow.
Labra is there for out number 1. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Some notable people from Laredo. Tony Dalton, who played Lalo Salamanca in Better Call Saul. Have you ever watched Better Call Saul?
I haven't watched a lot of Better Call Saul because I did watch Breaking Bad, where his character was introduced.
Driven to right. That's a hit. You might have a play at first. The throw is going to be high and away. Diving play by Vargas to keep that from caroming back and away from the infield of Texas. 1-out single for Logan Johnson.
Yeah, you like the idea right here by Gonzalez, charging it, thinking he's got a play. Just he fumbles the transfer a little bit. And it's a base hit, but a good swing. Good stop by the catcher. Nice backup by him.
But another notable person from Laredo, John King, who pitches in the major leagues for the Miami Marlins. Here's a strike. Texas needs to keep this at a 2-run game. They'll have the heart of their order, 3, 4, and 5 due up. And no Bradley Runyon in the game. So focused on talking about Tony Dalton that
all these names can kind of
they
run
blend together a little bit.
We're spanning the generations right now.
Runner going. Swing and a miss. So no throw down to second. Vargas thought better of it. So Easley moves a runner into scoring position. They'll sacrifice the out for that. Noah Hughes a chance to extend a 4-2 lead. First pitch on the ground to third. Carrizales gathers, sidearm throw to first, and Texas has a chance. When we go to the bottom of the 7th, they need 2 to tie, 3 to win. We'll have it for you here from Easley at the Senior League Baseball World Series. Easley leading Texas 4-2, but Texas a chance to tie this game as we enter the bottom of the 7th. Devin Hutto will be the second pitcher used by Easley after Bradley Runyon, who just gave him some words of encouragement. Pitched a quality start, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 of which was earned with a walk and 6 strikeouts, excuse me. And Hutto will have 3, 4, and 5 due up for Texas. And you could make the argument, Gordon, that Texas has outplayed Easley through the last 4 innings of this game.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty sound argument.
First pitch, hit on a line to right. It's sinking and in front of loose, a leadoff base hit.
Great start to the inning for the Southwest in Texas. A leadoff base runner. Obviously, that run is not important, but the guy that just got to the plate now is being the tying run is Ramirez, the first baseman. He's got an opportunity to tie this ball game with one swing of the bat now, and what an exciting end to this game.
Can almost guarantee that Gonzalez will be in motion. How soon remains to be seen. And he breaks for second. Throw down to second was on the money, but it pops out of Johnson's glove. A good slide in by Gonzalez to steal the base. That was a strong throw by Addison behind the plate.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It seemed like a hit and run almost, because Ramirez swung at a pitch that was nowhere close to the zone with the runner going. Either way, it was a good, strong throw. If he's able to pick it, he's probably out, but unable to pick that ball, and it's a stolen base for Gonzalez.
If Texas can't come back in this game, a number they're going to look at is so far they have stranded 6 men in scoring position. And a big cut by Ramirez, couldn't catch up to the heat. 0-2. They've tried to manufacture runs, but were held in check by Bradley Runyon. 0-2. And he retires Ramirez. No throw necessary to first for out number 1.
Really good pitch right here by Hutto. Changeup. Hadn't seen that yet, but you can see really good action on that. And that's strike 3. Ramirez strikes out for the first out of the bottom of the 7th. Southwest down to their final 2.
Rodrigo Elizondo singled his last trip. You need 2 to tie, 3 to win. Runner going on the first pitch. Addison's throw to third is in time. They got it. Texas rolled the dice, and Easley just erased a huge threat.
Yeah, unfortunately for Southwest, I'm not sure Gonzalez really understood the timing of that. That's the second out at third base, and obviously that run does not matter. So it's a tough look, and now there's 2 outs, and they're down to their last couple strikes.
Ball and a strike to Elizondo with the bases empty. Elizondo pops it up. Shallow right. Johnson moves out. He's there to make the play, and Easley wins their opening game 4-2. Texas put the pressure on him all game long, but the host team has a great start to the 2026 Senior League Baseball World Series and are one step closer to their ultimate goal of a championship for the first time.
Yeah, wonderful game by both teams. Obviously, Easley got out to that really hot start, and the Southwest could not come back from that. So a good job by Easley. Southwest was in it the whole game. They just couldn't get that big knock at the right time and ran out of outs here at the end. But a wonderful matchup so far to get this Sunday slate going here in Easley, and a lot more to come.
Well, we hope you'll stay with us on ESPN Plus for the second game of our 5-game slate today. Venezuela versus the Philippines.